Today we're speaking to an entrepreneur that started a business just 11 months ago in house removals. Do you know what? He's frustrated with his business because he's just not making enough money. Now that usually happens in the beginning of a business, but actually I think he's got the wrong model, and we've got some medicine to prescribe to turn this into a commercially profitable enterprise. It's an exciting episode which has been supported by Revolut Business. If you're looking for a faster, easier way to manage businesses' finance, this might be the tool that you've been waiting for. And there's a £200 welcome bonus available. More on that in just a moment. Hi campers, welcome back to the Business Broadcast. This is the podcast designed to help grow your business. Today we're speaking to Matt and we're going to help grow his business, but let's find out the headline challenges with JB.
Well, it's only been going a little while, but the biggest challenge in this business right now is the profitability. Matt, as you're going to hear, wait till you find out the profit level. His net's all right and the gross sounds all right, but then when you break down what he's actually taking home, this is actually a little bit scary. So we've got to get to the bottom of that challenge. Everything else is kind of a side note to that big challenge right now because it's not sustainable, is it?
Well, let's hear it from Matt so he can tell us all about his business.
Hello, I'm Matt. I run Everett's House Clearance in Milton Keynes. We provide a friendly and reliable house clearance service with a focus on sustainability and responsible waste management.
Well, I'm really looking forward to speaking to Matt later on in the podcast. But JB, how are you?
I am very well. I've been listening to a lot of very interesting podcasts this
Have
week.
you?
I'll tell you what.
Give us a little taster.
Founder. We're all fans of Founders in here, aren't we? The David Senra podcast.
No, I've never really listened to that.
Have you not?
No. What's the one that's similar that I have? I think Business Movers is similar, isn't it?
Yeah, but David Senra. So you've never listened to Founders?
No.
Oh my God! Have you listened to it, Chuds? Do you like it? You a fan?
Not every week, but they're really good stuff, really high quality.
Oh, you will love it, especially if you've got like a long journey to go, like buy something or a factory or a warehouse or something. I've got to go, JB. I've got a 4-hour round trip because I've decided I'm going to buy Norfolk. Which bit, Jim? All of Norfolk. Just the good bits. Check out Founders. It's amazing. This guy basically reads biographies and autobiographies. He reads a book a week and then he distills the lessons from that person. And some of them could be like 4 hours of him just telling you like how Sam Walton got started.
Well, this is similar to Acquired, really, in many ways.
Yes, but it's less conversational. It's more the lessons directly from the biography or the autobiography. It's very good. Anyway, he's launched a second.
The Business Movers is similar to that because they dissect one person, don't they?
They do, but that's more entertainment-y, fast-paced, etc. This is more like the tactics and strategies from the.
So who have you listened to?
He's got a new podcast he's just launched and he did an interview with Daniel Ek, CEO of Spotify.
Fine.
He's an interesting guy.
Well, there you go.
He's basically like the Swedish version of James Sinclair.
The Swedish version of James Sinclair.
Yeah, that's my take on Daniel Ek. It's the Swedish version of James
Very
Sinclair.
interesting. Well, we're here at the campus, by the way.
We are the campus. Round of applause for the campus, everybody. Clap on me, don't worry about it.
So this is
Fabiduza campus.
Yeah, and we're in my new office, which is my
a sprawling
this
executive boardroom.
Well, it doesn't look that great at the moment, but yeah, this is going to be my new office, which is I put a meeting table in there. I've got 2 comfy chairs on my desk, and I think if you're going to have your own office, you want to have a meeting table in there. I've got clear glass so I can see my team that work with me closest. Yeah, it's exciting, but that's why it doesn't look so nice at the moment.
I got excited because there's an actual Rossi book, The History of Rossi.
Yeah, we didn't write that. One of our fans of Rossi's wrote that book.
Have you read it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's beautiful. She started there working out at 14, 15.
Correctamondo.
Lovely.
Correctamondo. Today on the podcast, we are speaking to Matt, as we spoke about earlier. But before that,
yes.
I do think there's a knock on the door.
I think you're correct.
Interesting quote or fact.
No, there isn't.
Interesting quote or fact. Interesting quote or fact. It's time for the interesting
No,
quote
I'm not
or
hearing
fact
that,
of the
baby.
week.
Are you hearing it now? We've
No.
lost him, guys. We lost him.
No, I'm trying to get
a quote, and then oh no, HSBC have told me I can't have me line of credit. Why can't I have me line of credit?
Right, here we go.
Here we go.
I've got a quote.
Okay, of course you have.
And this
From Instagram, by any chance?
No, this is from Stevie, who sometimes produces Stevie.
Stevie.
I had to go on to
Stevie got a shout out on LinkedIn. She was made up.
Did she?
Yes, she got a shout out on LinkedIn.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Love her.
But she sent me this last night, and I thought this was really good. You do not owe tolerance to toxicity.
Oh, that's
You
good,
do
isn't
not
it?
owe tolerance to toxicity. And well done, Stevie. I think that's fantastic.
That is very
quote.
good. Well done, Stevie.
What about yours?
Congratulations. I have, well, obviously, because I've been consuming a lot of Daniel Ek content. So I've got a fact,
Yeah, go on then.
not a quote. But it's not really a fact. It's just a thing.
Yeah,
So
go
we
on.
have facts, quotes, and things now.
Facts,
So here's
quotes,
the
and
thing,
things.
right? So Daniel Ek, bearing in mind that Spotify is worth what at any given day? 100 billion, something like that.
Yeah.
Daniel Ek, very regularly, and this goes to one of your points about going and sort of seeing people in different sectors, he will go and shadow people that he thinks he can learn stuff from. So recently, and the guy interviewed him said, well, what will you do? He said, well, I'll do anything. He said, if I get invited into a meeting, I'll take meeting notes. I'll go and get them coffee. And the guy was like, hang on a second, you run $100 billion company and you'll get people coffee. I went, well, yeah, people need coffee. I'm just there to be useful. If I'm getting value, I need to give value.
Yeah.
So he recently was involved with Mark Zuckerberg. And he went and he shadowed Mark for a week.
Yeah.
He reached out to him and I thought, how interesting that he's willing to go and shadow other people and learn from them.
Well, I would do that with Mark Zuckerberg, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know, but he's...
And that is a regular thing that is asked off of me.
What, to be shadowed?
Oh, can I come and work with you and just shadow you for a week?
Yeah.
Absolutely not, because I wouldn't get anything done. But but people
But the
do.
fact that he's willing to do that and will go and and he said, "Oh, I got invited into all these meetings in Meta, and I wanted to be of somebody, so I just took notes. I took meeting notes. I minuted the meetings for them. Like Daniel Ek is minuting your meetings.
Wow. I mean, I think that's one of the 8 traits of the greats, isn't it? Stay teachable and curious, and that's what they're doing.
That is
there.
an extreme version of it, though,
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely,
Actually
yeah.
going for someone who I just thought it was a really good lesson for people who think you can't learn anything from anybody else. Like, pull your head out your backside. If someone who's worth 100 billion or their company's worth 100 billion,
Mm-mm.
and it was also talking really interestingly about how he learned what he was bad at and how difficult it was to step back from it. But he has stepped back from those things. He's like progressively trying to fire himself from more and more roles as he becomes more of like a chairman kind of vibe rather than an
Well, that's what we
operator.
always talk about in the entrepreneur's pyramid. You want to be above the line, which means
Yeah.
you're a shareholder of the business rather than an operator of the business. And if you look at the top 5% of entrepreneurs, that's what they do. They sack themselves from every role, and then eventually they're not needed other than for innovation, marketing, culture, and recruitment of the top C-suite talent for the business.
What's the last thing you sacked yourself from?
I'm heavily getting back into marketing on our leisure and hospitality businesses, which
Are
I
you?
probably sacked myself from that, but I'm going back in.
Are you? Why?
Just because we're not hitting the numbers and the mark on that stuff, and it's tougher out there at the moment.
Yeah.
So got to get back in there and deal with stuff. We've had a disappointing year on our hospitality and leisure business.
Have you?
Oh yeah. It's not funny. The overheads are high. The getting customers to spend money with you is harder than it was a couple of years ago. Everyone's feeling the pinch, but look, that's just excuse-itis, and you can't be bitter. You got to be better about it and work out how to get more revenue in.
Is that tough though? I know
of course
it's a lovely phrase, be better, not bitter. But when you're like, oh my God, again and again and again, you've got so many businesses in that sector. Is it like, fed up?
Yeah, I do think this year has been definitely one of my more challenging.
In the last 20?
Yeah, certainly in the last 5 years. What? It's just boring. You're just having to deal with stuff that that you don't want to have to deal with. You want to do all the fun stuff, the innovation, the marketing, the culture, but when you've got certain revenue streams that are not performing, you have to look at the quality of the management, who are the captains running that business, do they need coaching and support? And that's why I always say that's the 4 things that if you want to be effective, that you've got to be working on. Are you working on enough innovation? Are you working on enough marketing? Are you working on your culture? Because good culture drives sales in the business and brings people with you, especially when times are tough. And then are you recruiting the very best people to come and help you?
So what would be like the catalyst in your instance of like getting back involved in the marketing? What does that look like on a practical level? Are you like back overseeing stuff? Are you almost like a marketing director kind of vibe, like sat above it and going?
What I don't want I put a post out on LinkedIn actually looking for.
I saw
group.
that. Yeah.
And what I want is a direct response marketeer that gets
Yeah.
return on investment. I don't want a brand marketeer.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be a bloody brand marketeer, but we are not.
Because there's no deliverables.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I am not.
It's my favourite game.
Yeah.
Float about and talk about brands.
Yeah, absolutely. But obviously, brand marketing does work if
Yeah,
you're doing
100%.
it at volume.
But you also
Yeah.
need
If you're
put a pound in, get £2 back out.
Yeah. If you are Coca-Cola and you say, right, we're going to spend $1 billion, or Red Bull, we're going to spend a load of money to make sure everyone knows what our name is. But that's not what I want. I want to put in £1 and, how many pounds am I going to get back?
Yeah.
And I don't want it just to be on Google AdWords and Facebook and Instagram and Meta ads, although that's where we do lean into. I'm sure we spend as a group well over £1 million on that stuff a year. What I want is someone that really gets copywriting. That's very important, because if your copy is good, then you get a good chance. And I want to learn more about this stuff, and get back into it and see what's working now. And I want to have someone that understands what my ideal outcome is, but then they come up with the method to deliver that outcome. But I need to know that they like the same music as me. If I'm playing, I don't know, Lionel Richie, I don't want them playing punk rock over there. I want us to be on the same harmony to deliver the outcome, so that I can say, well, have you tried this? Have you tried that? When I sit with my marketing team, I can see them going, oh yeah, I understand what Jim's saying there, that moving those words, doing those things. Sorry, I just seen Chuds literally go SAS on us to get to the camera. He's going back under the table.
I wish we had a camera on Chud. This is brilliant. Should I get a video?
Oh, funny.
We'll put that up in the edits. You can see what actually goes on behind the scenes to make it happen. So where were you steal the time off your current diary to get more involved in the marketing?
Oh, the marketing's so important, though, because you get more leads into your business. You get more sales and you get more revenue, and then you can have a nicer life.
How do you then, when you're...
But the fact is, Jay, it is a more challenging environment out there.
What are you thinking about?
But I hate saying that. And, well, I if you had nothing to do today, I did watch Rachel Reeves do her pre-budget. This is sort of the bad news that's coming. So that was an hour this morning. She held a press conference.
Right.
So if you decided that you didn't want to sit in traffic on the M25 or watch paint dry, you could have joined me this morning to watch this on YouTube. It was on all the news channels. And basically, she was, I don't know if anyone's been through a breakup. You know what you do is you don't break up straight away. You have these.
You chip away at it.
Yeah, you chip away at it. A month before. Oh, we're getting on. I don't think we're getting on. Oh, come on, let's try and work it out together.
One more work it out.
So she started the breakup of people's confidence and their wallets, if you like, that she profounded across us all. There was some things, that she did say, like business rates reform needs to come. I actually made a video yesterday on Instagram and LinkedIn about why our high streets are dying.
Yeah.
I mean, they're awful. I mean,
you recorded it at 9 o'clock on Monday, didn't you? I swear it was like a ghost town, wasn't it?
Honestly, it was awful.
Yeah.
People were going less, and what people. I think a lot of people go, wow, Amazon and Temu and Wish have killed the high street. But I know that shopping centres and retail parks are still very busy. You go to a big shopping centre on a weekend. I know Lakeside Shopping Centre, for example, gets well over 20 million visitors annually still go there. So people are still doing physical stuff. And actually, bricks, in terms of online retail, still outperform the internet. Now, the internet is growing, obviously, that is the direction of travel. But I think the friction is what is a big reason why high streets are not winning. It is so annoying trying to park in them. You just go to Westfields or you go to a big retail park, you can park easily, bigger spaces, it's easy to do. And I think that's one of the reasons as well. The local councils are just charging so much for parking. I think that is putting people off, and you have to download this other app.
It's a pain in the bum, isn't it? Well, that's not a good.
On that cheery note, but yeah, I'm not. I think the budget is going to be painful, but hopefully less painful than we all
How painful are you fearing that it's going to be?
What would be very painful? Look. Ultimately, for my businesses to work, I need consumers to have more money in their pockets,
Yeah.
especially in hospitality and leisure. So, what do we need? We need interest rates to come down, because that affects business borrowing. And if businesses don't borrow money, then they're not doing capex projects, they're not buying new vans, they're not building new stuff, they're not buying more stock, which affects the whole economy. One of the things that they're talking about doing is charging like a mansion tax, a wealth tax, for example, on people that have got properties over 2 million quid. So that then changes people's behaviour. So you pay 1% of the value over 2 million quid. So say you're Doreen and you bought a house for a punnet of strawberries 50 years ago and it's now worth 3 million quid because you bought it in the right price in London or the right part of London. Now it's developed. You would now have to pay £10,000 a year just to live in your house. You might be asset rich, but you might be cash poor. And so that £10,000 is now going to the government that Doreen might not be able to afford.
Yeah. So she's not going for the coffees and restaurants.
Absolutely.
And buying stuff for the grandkids.
So all of that does affect the economy. And then on top of that, house prices could plummet. That end of the market might not then spend 10 grand on putting a new bathroom in, which affects tradespeople. They might not move, which affects removal companies, estate agents. They're employing lots of people, all get affected. And so we just got to get back to growth because it's anemic at the moment. It's really anemic and we need to do that. I mean, interest rates coming down will help, and that obviously is gradually happening.
Can't save our way out of this crisis, can we?
No, what's really important, I watched Rachel Reeves this morning and I thought about writing to her saying, look, if you would like me to help you with some public speaking and learning that stuff, because what she is an expert at, I don't think she's a nasty person, by the way, but what she's an expert at is taking the will out of people's way of life. That little phrase, wherever there's a will, there is a way. I don't think she gives people the will to carry on and find a way.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous. You need someone to motivate you, to inspire you to carry on. And I don't think she does that.
No, I don't think she does at all. Well, it's a government that came in and said, we're going to make all of these additional taxes, but there's going to be no party benefits for 5 years. I just could not understand. And even the think tanks around it were like, we don't really understand what the model is here, because for half a decade, businesses are worse off, people are worse off. Like, there is no tangible benefit.
Yeah, but we are 2.6 trillion in debt as a country. That's part of the facts. And we are now, for every £10 of tax revenue she generates, £1 goes on servicing the interest on our debt as a country.
Really? Okay.
It's colossal.
Yeah.
That is colossal. So for every £10 that you pay to them, £1 just services interest, not paying the debt down, just servicing the interest, which is a colossal amount of money. And if we can get the debt down, then our borrowing gets cheaper for us to borrow. So that, because we borrow from the markets and they think they're not having fiscal prudence over the economy at the moment. So our cost of borrowing as a country is more expensive than other leading economies in the world.
That's a confidence thing, though, isn't it? With the leadership of and inspiring people to go, well, actually, we're going to grow.
Well, they're borrowing too much.
Yeah,
we are borrowing too much. So we are going to. Look, people don't want to hear this, I'm sure, but I'm sure in the next 18 months we'll have to go back to austerity of some degree. Because as you tax people more, the economy doesn't grow.
That's it.
It just doesn't.
Yeah.
And the world's a smaller place, so people go, how about no? I'll leave.
Yeah.
And what they don't understand, people on this that listen and watch us do understand this, but what they don't understand is entrepreneurs, I don't think proper entrepreneurs are driven by making loads of money. They are not doing it to buy the next Bentley or the next Ferrari. They might have some nice spoils in their life and some little treasure troves. But actually what I think drives them is they're hunters, they're gatherers, they're opportunity seekers. They like to get stuff done. They like to do the impossible. And if we're not careful, that habits of those very rare few, and I reckon there's 150,000 of them in this country, like those real serious that think like me, that are a bit weird, that go, yeah, I'll borrow the 10 million quid and personally guarantee it, put my house on the line, and really move mountains, that that know the stress of meeting payroll, that know the stress of dealing with very tough stuff. Those 150,000, maybe there's 300, 500,000 people, but it's a small amount of people. We do need to sort of keep them here.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be here like
No.
they were in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. There's many other opportunities in the world.
Well, not cheery, but important. Do you? Sorry, just
That's a
one,
little monologue
no,
there.
no. One final bit on this though, because obviously you were having a little dabble with politics earlier this year. When you see stuff being, now you've seen behind the Iron Curtain to a little extent, does it make you? Does it make you want to get your teeth into this more and go, this is so solvable if there is common sense by people who have got common sense?
The problem is, it's not a dictatorship, is it, here? So even if I got involved, I think there's 650 MPs in the Houses of Parliament. You've got to get a majority of them to agree, but they can't even agree within their own parties.
No.
This is Rachel Reeves' problem and Keir Starmer's problem is they can't.
You
I
like
think
their own party.
I genuinely think I do. My gut instinct says that Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves are not dishonest, horrible people. But they've got to bring their party with them to get stuff through. And that's the problems that the Conservatives had. No, they cannot get a consensus or an agreement. So whilst I had just come out with these common sense policies,
Making them actually happen is a different thing.
absolutely, because everyone's got an agenda and they go, well, I don't agree with that, so I'm not going to vote for that. That's why Theresa May couldn't ever get anything done, because she didn't have a big enough majority. She couldn't get all of her MPs to agree. And that's the end of Theresa May.
Right, enough politics talk.
Yeah.
Enough misery talk. Should we talk about Matt's business now?
Let's talk about Matt's.
Let's talk about Matt's business. So he's looking for, he's been trading for 0 to 2 years. So he's new, 11 months actually. He's been going 11 months, he told me in the pre-chat. He has got 3 ad hoc team members. Biggest challenge is making enough profit. It's a highly competitive market. So these guys do removals and house clearances and that kind of stuff. So he needs enough profit. It's highly competitive market, high cost of sales. Second challenge, growing the business with limited time and capital. Third biggest challenge, know which direction to go in. E.g., should he go after commercial waste management, B2B or other B2C areas, such as removals and specialist focus with things like mattresses or fridges.
What was the first challenge? Sorry, JB.
The first challenge is making enough profit. It's a highly competitive market. You've got an old school fountain pen.
I always write.
It sounds fantastic on a microphone.
How do you not know that I write with a fountain pen?
You don't always have a fountain pen.
Most of the time I write with the fountain pen or my gold uniballs. That's what they're called.
You can stick with your gold uniballs. Where do you want to be in 1 year's time? We asked Matt. He said he'd like Everett's to be well established in his area and have at least 2 vans on the road. What does the business look like when it's finished? My goal is to sell. There you go. We like that. So I want to be in an attractive opportunity as possible to potential buyers, profitable, diversified and reputable. Do you make the profit that you want to make? And if so, what is it? He just said no. Fair enough. And he said, how do you spend your day-to-day time? There's so many things here that I can't even go through, but it's basically
he's in operations.
He's well and truly in operations.
We're going to get back to the podcast in just a moment, but do you know what? Opening a business account doesn't need to take weeks or involve piles of paperwork. With Revolut Business, you can sign up online in just a few minutes. And once you're in, the whole platform is designed to simplify the messy parts of running a business. From day one, you can track spending in real time, issue virtual or physical cards to your team, and automate your expenses. No more chasing receipts or guessing where the money went. And if you are using accountancy tools like Xero or QuickBooks, everything syncs automatically, so your books stay tidy and up to date. If you're ready to spend less time on admin and more time growing your business, sign up to Revolut Business at www.revolut.com/RB/James. Do this before the 31st of December 2025 and add some money in your account and you'll receive a £200 welcome bonus. Thanks, Revolut. Terms and conditions do apply. Big thanks to Revolut for sponsoring this episode. Right, let's get back to the show.
Should we bring him on?
Yeah, let's bring him on, baby.
With this business. Hey, Matt, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, thanks. Hi, both of you.
Hello. So you obviously give us.
I can't hear him.
Can you not hear him? Okay. What about now? Can you hear him now?
Speak, baby.
Hello, Ted.
Yes, I can
There
now.
we go. So
Hello.
I've got the green buttons pressed, the power green buttons. So obviously you give us the little synopsis summary of the business, very concise at the beginning of the podcast. Well done. You are officially the quickest ever finisher of that task.
Careful how
give,
you say it, JB.
give us a bit more context to that then. So how did you get into this space and just give us a bit more context?
Well, I said before that, though.
Oh, do we have to do this before?
How did he get his first
Jesus
customer?
Christ, bro. Sorry, we've got to do your first customer. If you listen to the podcast, you know there's a ridiculous jingle that's now coming up to answer the question. Hold fire, Matt, then you can actually talk because you've been waiting for about an hour now, God love you. Here we go.
How did you get your first customer?
How'd you get there? How'd you get the cash?
How'd you get the cash? How'd you get your first customer, Matt?
I put a flyer up in my local post office.
Oh,
Old
wow.
school marketing. You
Come
love
on,
it.
baby.
You love it.
Do you still do that?
Yeah, I do. It's got a notice board outside. I think I pay £2 a week.
I love it. And how
I
many
don't-
leads do you get off of that?
Not many. The first one, I probably had 3 or 4. But I also advertise in my local kind of very local kind of newspaper.
Well, do you know what? And do you get good stuff off the local newspaper?
I haven't been great at tracking it, but I do get some calls, and I think it's a really small. I live in a village outside of Milton Keynes, so it's quite a small kind of local magazine, if you like. And I think it's quite important just to have a presence in those kind of things, because that, you know, some of the older community kind of refer to that.
Have you, what's the headline on the ad?
I change it sort of monthly, but house clearance, reliable, friendly house clearance, basically.
I like that. I'd love to. I would have loved to have seen that because.
Well, I'll walk past the notice board later on. I'll send you a photo.
Oh, yeah. Send us a photo. We can put it in the edit.
Yeah,
Stevie or Tuds can stick that in
that'd be
the
good.
edit
That'd
after.
be good. What about Facebook ads and any paid for ads? Do you do any of that?
Yeah, I do Google ads. I do it all myself. Well, I've had a bit of consultancy. I've paid a bit for a bit of help, but I kind of turn that on and off because I haven't got a massive amount of money. So my budget's like £15 a day.
Oh, that's
And
all right. No. That's good to
I-
get going. What
Yeah.
about? Have you done any learning on copywriting?
No, I mean, no. I make it up as I go along.
Okay, so JB, can you over on that little balloon dog table? There should be a copy of Getting Customers there.
Oh, here we go.
I've got a little bit of homework for you. I want you to read my book, Getting Customers.
I've got it actually, James. I'm halfway through it.
All right.
This one here.
Okay, right. Well,
Or this
I
one
was.
here or this one here.
I was
Product
gonna send it
placement,
to you.
#ad.
I really, 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 really want you to read that.
Yeah.
So, chapter 7, writing to get customers, the skill of the copywriter. You know, that start there and then go back. But there's some good stuff in here, like market message media. Just
He's
get on
good in
that.
there.
Yeah, this is a very good little book. You should be able to read it and action it within a weekend. There we go. Little plug there for
Thick.
probably going to buy it on Amazon and give Jeff Bezos some more money. I promise you, I'll make hardly anything out of the books. But yeah, I really think I think understanding copywriting will make your Facebook ads better, make your Google ads better, and that stuff that you're doing in local newspapers would be even better still. Okay, right.
Adverts. Where are the adverts going to, Matt? As well, are they just going to your website? Do you have a landing page for them, or where do you
Yeah,
send
yeah.
people?
I've got, depending on what the the Google ad refers to, it will go to different pages on my website.
Okay.
For the different areas that I operate in, or the different services I provide. But I need to. That's another thing. I need to spend a bit more money on that because, as I said, I've been doing it myself with a bit of sort of outside help, and I'm not sure it's the most efficient and sort of best ads that they can be.
Well, it might also not just be the ad; it's where you're actually pushing the advert to. Because obviously, if you push people to a website, there's a lot of what you would call escape hatches. So if I land on, if for example, you're doing Google ads on Bedfordshire house clearances, then I would go to teameverett.co.uk/Bedford house clearance, which is very good SEO optimization. But once I'm there, I can still get around all of the rest of your website. So I can go, oh, actually, what are these guys like on socials? Click onto your Instagram feed, and then all of a sudden you've lost me. So you've paid for the lead, but you haven't captured me. What you really want in an ideal world is a landing page where there's no escape hatch. They can't go anywhere. They have to at least give you some data to make an inquiry or something like that. So then you're actually getting tangible value for every person that lands. Because I bet you're getting a big bounce off rate at the moment.
That's really good advice, James. Thank you for that. I'll do that straight away. Really.
Let's go to the 3 challenges. Making a profit. How does it work? So talk me through an avatar of doing a job.
There are a lot of variables, really. But if we talk about house clearance, I will go to visit a house. I'll get an inquiry, and then I'll try and visit the house property, and then I'll price it up on the cubic yardage of the waste that needs to be cleared, as well as the weight, because when I dispose of the waste, I get charged by weight. And then you have different items that cost different amounts of money. So an upholstered armchair will cost me more to dispose of than a wooden chest of drawers, because it's known as POPs, so they charge extra. Same with fridges, but metal I could get money back, and some things I can resell or donate, so at least I don't pay for the disposal of. So there's quite a lot going on that I have to try and sort of condense into a competitive quote, and that's been quite a challenge over the last 10 months, because I've been brand new to the industry and I've been sort of feeling my way and making mistakes and wanting business. So I've quite often gone in quite cheap because I want the business, I want the review, I want the experience, but end up not making a lot of money. And what I've found is when I go in, I've got my 40%, I want to really make this job really profitable. I don't often get the job because there's always someone cheaper undercutting. If they get 3 or 4 quotes, then I'm not always going to be the cheapest. But I don't want to be the cheapest either, because I do feel like I offer something more than just the basic service. We are friendly, we are professional, we are sustainable, and I think people do value that. But I don't know how much they value it. So it's that balance between getting jobs and quoting super cheap or quoting with a good profit, but perhaps getting less jobs come through.
But when you for every £100 worth of work that you quote out, what do you roughly keep out of that £100?
At the end, what net?
Yeah.
At the moment, 3%.
Wow.
Gross is 67, and I think I've tried to do this with my accounting software. I need to move some sort of lines between gross above the line and below the line. But but a lot of that is an average over the last 10 months and includes a lot of startup costs and things like that.
Okay.
Like what? What sort of startup costs are that? Are they genuine startup costs? You won't have to pay them again.
Like things like vans. I mean, sort of establishing, spending a lot of money on.
You can't include vans, and that's a capex cost, isn't it?
Yeah.
So out of £7,000 a month, Matt, unless my maths is completely off, you're making 210 quid. Have I messed the maths
That can't be right, actually. No.
Is that 3% of?
It depends if you're paying yourself in. Are you paying yourself yet, Matt?
I'm taking some money out. Yeah, some minimum wage.
But you are actually running and doing stuff for that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing the days. I'm doing everything really.
And if I'll come back to that. So the second one, capital. What do you need money for? What would you do with it?
So a location unit. I'm working out of storage containers at the moment. If I had a bigger unit, I'd be able to be more efficient in the way that I deal with a lot of the waste that I get through. My idea is to try and recycle as much. The easy option is to just take everything to the tip, dump it into the tip, and let them deal with it. If it gets recycled or not, it's not my problem. But I'd quite like to be more to think about things a bit more and make sure that the different types of waste streams go to the proper places, and that actually also helps save money.
But can I
because I'm
just
not paying for.
is there any value in some of these house cleaners? Do you get anything out that you can resell on?
Yeah. So I resell stuff as well. That's one of the kind of biggest challenges in the day to day. The house clearances themselves, it's quite straightforward. It's dealing with all the stuff afterwards that you take out of a house that can get complicated and can get very time consuming.
So what do you do, like boot sales and stuff to sell the stuff?
Yeah, boot sales, eBay, auctions, and then I donate as well.
So if you was clearing a house out and that comes to like $2,000 to clear it out, is that sort of the average order value?
Yeah, something like that. And if I see things there that are have resale that are possible for resale, I'll offer a reduction on that fee to try and help and get the job really.
So give us an example of that.
Well, like if I go through a house and I see they've got a couple of nice G-plan bits of furniture and they've got some nice sellable, I don't know, electronics or whatever, I'll offer a reduction on the price. Not a huge reduction, but a reduction.
And is it mainly like people that have died that have got a property?
Yeah, well, it'll be their family.
Yeah,
that are dealing with, obviously because they're dead, that are dealing with the house of a recently passed family member.
And what about leads? Do you get loads and loads of leads? Is the leads like a plenty?
No, I mean, I've got the Google ads that I switch on and off as I have enough cash to pay for them. Then I get leads through two kind of websites that sort of funnel leads, if you like. But I probably get 5 leads a week. 3 of those probably are decent house clearance leads, as opposed to just like, I need a mattress moving, disposing of, or a sofa disposing of, which at the moment I don't really have the capacity to do those smaller jobs, because then I'm paying for staff and I can't it'd be great if I can fit 5 in a day, but there's not enough of those coming through.
Okay.
And then maybe I'll get 1 or 2.
I'm ready to prescribe.
The doctor will see you now, Matt.
Okay, Matt. Yeah. I want you to find someone in the country that's in this space that's making a lot of money that's not geographically near you. Do you know anyone?
Yeah, I'm part of a WhatsApp group of a few. They're more newcomers, but I can find some people. Yeah.
So find someone that's absolutely stonking it and making some money, and then say, "Can I come and see you?" So there's some people in Essex that I know that do this. Just get out there and go and see them and see what they're doing, and then copy it. That's what I would do. And then see, that will help you form a direction for it. I would then over time look to buy some waste companies like a skip company, so that you've got more resource about them. Don't worry about finding the money to buy it. Hopefully you can use a process called vendor finance where you pay the business's profits. That makes it a bigger business straight away. That then will help you raise capital if you want to do other things because you've got a much bigger business, and that will help you make a profit. Sometimes in business, you've got all the hard work, and I'm sure if you've listened to the podcast regularly, the model needs tweaking. And that's why I want you to go and seek out someone that's absolutely stonking it in your space and go, "Cool, that model is so much better than what I'm doing," and then you copy it. I don't know if you can buy an auction house or one of those, someone that's got a shop that's selling all the stuff, that's got people that upload to eBay. That buying a business allows you to have a ready-made team that are tried, tested, and proven in your space, and then you sprinkle on your hard work into it. Your marketing knowledge that you're learning, and then bada bing, bada boom, it's good.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Yeah, I have actually started a sort of new avenue within the group to help people to go moving into removals, basically, but focusing on people that are downsizing and moving to retirement flats because they also need clearance. So my
But
idea,
but try and find a removal company for sale.
yeah,
And don't worry about how you're going to get the money for it. If it's profitable, you'll
Yeah.
find a way.
okay,
Because then you buy a removal company, it turns £1 million. All of a sudden, you're £1 million plus business. There'll be baby boomers out there right now that do not want to run their removal company anymore. Their kids don't want to run it. Yeah, there's something like 700,000 baby boomer owned businesses in the UK. Now, lots of them would be micro businesses. They've got two choices. Number one, they close the business down, which is costly to close a business down. It's not as easy as everyone thinks. Number two, they need to try and sell the business. And you could go and buy it for 2-3 times profit using a process called vendor finance. And then you've got a business that's tried, tested and proven. So look for removal companies, look for waste companies that are for sale and merge them into what you're doing. So then you've got Everett's Removals, Everett's House Clearance, Everett's Waste, nice little ecosystem business.
and how do you find these business? I know you get asked this question all the time.
Yeah, I
James,
do
but
find. Yeah, I mean, I use this thing called begins with G and ends in Oogle. That's my usual.
You're a customer of theirs, ironically.
yeah. But look, you just
I
have
have-
to. Yeah, you can't think that someone's going to knock on the door and say,
No.
"Hallelujah, here's the business that you want to buy." Yeah, you have to put some effort into it, and look, if you want to lose weight, you come up with a plan to lose weight. If you want to get fit and exercise, you come up with a plan to do it and you start seeking it out. You're going to have to put some effort into finding out about this stuff. You're going to have to read some books on it. You're going to have to go to some seminars on it. You're going to have to listen to podcasts on it, listen to YouTube videos on it. You're going to have to, you're going to have to put the effort in to find out. But, start with Google. Ring business agents. There's loads, business selling agents. Put that into Google. Loads will come up for you.
Yeah.
What did you do before this, Matt?
I worked in TV for 20 years. Documentaries, digital video.
What actual on TV?
Behind the scenes, I was a production manager and a line producer.
Right.
Event at the end. I started off as a runner on Strictly Come Dancing, the second series.
Did you?
Yeah.
With Brucey?
With Brucey, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I think Aled Jones won that one. I can't remember.
So how did you get into house clearances from TV?
Well, as I said, I worked in TV for 20 years. I was becoming a bit disillusioned, lost my patience, lost my passion, and really wanted to start something. For a long time, I've always been like knocking up business plans and coming up with ideas, but never really seeing anything through. And I was living in France. I moved back to the UK in January, but I lived in France for 5 years, and I worked on vineyards, and I really loved the physical labour, and it sort of flicked a switch in my mind to say I need to get away from a laptop and so I'm going to get out there and do something physical. AI was coming up, so I was like, oh God, that's really going to affect the creative industries and the economy, recession. So I was kind of trying to look for a business, an idea that was obtainable, achievable, and kind of protected against all those kind of things. And I read an article in The Guardian with a CEO of a big clearance company. And I thought, oh, that's for me. I like the sound of that. And then I spoke to them for like 6 months because I was going to take a franchise from them. But in the end, I decided, actually, I want to do something myself. I want to build something myself.
Do you still read The Guardian now?
Yeah.
That is the most unbusiness paper that I know of.
I read the Financial Times at the weekend, James, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Just on TV, where do you think that's going to go in the next 5 years? It's tough, isn't it?
The industry is on its the broadcast TV industry is on its knees, and it has been for quite a few years. And I think that's just going to continue to decline. It's going to fragment and go into small creator spaces, I think. Well, you're going to have the big Netflix and Amazon that are doing the big budget stuff. Then you've got the YouTube things, and I think the stuff in the middle is just going to disappear.
So what do you think happened to the BBC in 5 years?
Well, I think it might move to a subscription model. It might have to. It's a shame because I think the BBC is a great British institution. I think it does really good work on TV and radio. But I think probably subscription, yeah.
People are just not voting with their feet and using it, are they? That's the.
Well, I mean, I think people use it more than they think. Whether it's the website for the news or the radio or podcasts or
I never get my news from the BBC. Absolutely not. I just do not.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do, though. To Matt's point, I think
I don't think they do as much as you think.
Hardwired.
I get my news from the YouTube.
From the YouTube.
From YouTube. Because I have, I watch Robert Peston, who is I watch him on The Rest Is Money, or if he's on ITV, have got a news YouTube channel now. So I've got all them traditional media broadcasters are all so heavily on YouTube, and they're not restricted, so they tell you exactly what they think. So much better.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are people that enjoy the BBC, and then there are other people that prefer other avenues. I mean, I'm not.
Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't enjoy the BBC. I'm with you. I think they are a massive institution of our country, but I think people think, why am I paying £180 a year to use this?
It's a lot.
And I have YouTube, which is, YouTube is just.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy in 2025. That's still the business model.
So my 5-year-old, my 8-year-old, and me, I mean, not so much my wife. My wife watches just movies if she wants to sit and relax. We never have TV on in our house unless it's streaming or YouTube.
No, we don't. Apart from Strictly.
And not to get Strictly is a massive hit, not to get too into the weeds, but the BBC also is this kind of incubator for the creative industries because so many people work there. They did fund all these independent production companies to make things. All the creative people would travel into the BBC, out of the BBC, and now that funding is drawing back. It's having a domino effect on the rest of the creative industry or the TV industry in the UK, which I think is quite bad.
It's an interesting point that because Chuds and I had done something with Unilad. We made a show with them called Should Billionaires Exist, and all of the production crew were ex-TV, working for Unilad, all of them, all very Shoreditchy type people,
Short trousers.
Yeah. No, that's good. Right. So making profit, capital and direction. I think, look, the direction thing is a really important thing. Like, how do we, think with the end in mind? Because we know that's what super successful people do. And at the moment, it sounds like you're fighting lots of battles without a credible war plan. And that's why I want you to go and get an element of mentorship from someone that's in your space. And I think we're going to finish this podcast before JB becomes a rest in peace.
Oh, my God, he's going to have to clear my house.
Oh, funny. Stop going on about it.
Sorry.
Good stuff. Right. Well, look. So your little. Let's just quickly go over it as a starter for 10.
Hang on.
Are we there? Yep. Just as a starter for 10, we've got to go and find someone that's doing what we want to do so that we can successfully close wherever they are in the country. You've got to go and make friends with them and have a coffee with them so that you have a better business model that will help you make more profit. Then go and buy some companies that are tried, tested, proven, that are trading, that have got profitability. Find out how to do that. Don't worry about having the money for them. Go and research them. Even if you don't buy the companies, when you go and see them, you learn a ton of stuff that you can swipe and deploy into your business. Winner, chicken dinner. And then lastly, it's down to you to get yourself a good old trusted notepad after seeing a mentor, working out what the end of your business looks like, thinking with the end in mind. That's the route for you, baby. That's the route for us all.
Thank you very much. That's really helpful.
Where can people find out more information about you, Matt, if they are in your area before I die? I'm going to pass on your number to my wife for my untimely demise.
So my website is www.teameverett.co.uk.
Teameverett.co.uk. Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much for being on, my friend, and we wish you well in your entrepreneurial ventures. Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Nice one. There you go. Lovely Matt all the way. Go and check
Hey,
out his website. It's good.
He was lovely.
Very nice.
I like him a lot. I always like people that read The Guardian. They're always nice people.
Always nice people.
Always
You
nice
may
people.
have choking to death over it. Right, it is now time for. Oh, hang on a second. Where's all my things gone? My jingles have all gone to pot here. Right, it's time for this. Time for the extras to the rates. Well, the show. Did we do this with Matt? It's only 11 months in.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
There's no consistency with whether you'll do it or not, is there, these days?
No, I think he can take it. The 8 traits of the greats. Does he start with the end in mind? It hasn't got that, no. Passionate about their cause? I don't think, is he passionate
I
about
would say he is actually because he wants to recycle stuff in the right way. And
Oh,
all that
okay.
kind of stuff.
Untold amounts of resilience? Yeah, he's got that. I do think he's got that, don't you?
I don't know. I don't think we found out. I think he
All
left
right,
the
Coffee
BBC.
McCoff.
Didn't like TV. Went and worked in some vineyards. He's had a lovely little time.
The master relationships people, we give him that.
Yeah.
So you're not giving him
It's
Untold
your
About-
show, babes. You decide.
Commercial awareness?
No, he can't have that. He didn't know his percentages, did he? I said that you're making 210 quid out of 7.
They innovate, so they don't evaporate?
No, I don't think that's that sort of a space, is it? I don't think it's that stage. Not yet. Let's say not yet.
He's got a 4. We're rounding up. He's a
There's
4.
literally no point in doing this feature at all. Sometimes you don't really do it. Sometimes you do. Then if you like the person,
Well, let's just sing the song. Here we go to keep things consistent. It's a 4, a few tweaks, and they can have much more.
yeah, there you go. We ain't got time for that nonsense. We've come to a new studio. I'm nearly dying and we're running out of time. Right, it's time for this now. Thanks, John.
It's Jim versus JP on the quiz that's
The
business.
business quiz time.
Business knowledge and it's fun. Which one's clever and which one's dumb? Easy wizzy, let's get quizzy.
Inside this very folder here is a quizzical question related to the subject or the sector on which we have just discussed. And today's quizzical question is, in 2024, how many waste management service businesses, big or small, were operating in the UK? Oh, I like this one. In 2024, how many waste management service businesses, big or small, were operating in the UK? I haven't got a pen or paper, so I'm just going to guess.
What are you going with?
I'm going to go 30,000.
Yeah, I'm going to go 15,000.
Are you? Damn it. That's bad on both of us. The answer is 1,500.
I still won. Well, do you know why I lowballed? There's 70 million people live here. I know it's very difficult.
I'm literally dying of deaf here. This might be my last ever podcast, guys.
I know it's very
Mate.
difficult. Yeah, you just shut up. I know it's very difficult to get a waste license. Oh, the coughing's getting on my nerves, by the way.
I'm
finding it very inconvenient.
I'm going to leave the mixing desk.
I know it's very difficult, and if you have it, it becomes something very valuable. And
Really?
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of money, a lot of VC money going into waste.
Matt's got the license. There you go. You have the cup.
I am the champion.
Oh, Spoon, thank you very much. You did terrible there. Shut up, Spoony. I was nearly dying here. Oh, don't milk it. 1,500, well, 1,505. That represents an increase of about 21% from the prior year. So it's all on an uptick in the waste game. 78% of these are micro firms employing fewer than 10 people, and the CAGR is 5.3% from 2024 to 2030. What does CAGR mean for those of us who don't know? You tell him. No, I'm not telling him, Spoony, because I don't know. Go on.
CAGR, I think, is
Completely authorised
do you know what that is, Chance?
craggy rubbish.
Pardon? We'll put it on screen.
Put it on the screen. That means that no one in this room knows
CAGR is this.
There you go. Sorted. Well, thank you for listening and watching. If you have enjoyed today's episode of the podcast, please feel free to leave us a 5-star review wherever you download your podcast. We say it every week. And do you know why we say it? Because you don't do it. So if we don't get another 10, we're not coming back next week. I might not be coming back anyway. We might be dead. Oh, don't be like that. But do, leave us a review. Leave a comment. And if you are someone who's in the waste management space, reach out to Matt and give him a hand. He's a lovely fella.
We're doing a new feature coming
I
soon.
can't wait.
Yeah, we're doing a new feature called The Business Facts. It's not going to be
We're
interesting.
not even going to have time for a
No,
guest at
listen
this
to
rate
me.
anymore.
No, it's just going to be a quick thing.
They're going to like it, Jabby. Trust me. I'm
They-
always right. Trust me.
Like Post It for a Pun is going to become very popular because we're sitting a lot of stuff in. But if you know a fascinating company that you would like us to do a little bit of research on, so one of the first ones that I'm going to put in there is about Barber. done a bit of research on Barber. Brilliant British company. And that's going to be going in the Tombola raffle one. You're going to pick one out and then we're going to read a little bit of information. What can we learn from, because this would be like what success leaves clues. So like Barber is an amazing business. And you didn't think about it, but it's really good. And that'll be one of the ones going in. So if you know a really good company and you've got a starter for 10 on them, 10 really good facts about a company, please send it to me on Instagram at James Sinclair Entrepreneur or info@jamessinclair.net. If you've got anyone that you think we should cover. I mean, like NVIDIA is an amazing story, what's happened there. And I think we'll just add that in because I think what we'll get the big learns that we can swipe and deploy as business owners into our business. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And we won't know who it's going to be because we'll do the
brilliant.
Actually, Chuds, can you just get the thing? It's just over there. We'll just show them on camera.
This is not a bit of Chuds, is it?
Look, this is
a light entertainment tombola. He's going to be absolutely fuming.
Here
Hurry
it
up,
is.
Chuds.
Here
I
it
know we
is.
can edit this, but I'd rather not.
Here it is. This
Have
is.
you actually bought this?
Yeah. This is.
That's got some, all right. Stacked over there. You go for that down. I already got one hand.
This
Six Such picked up with one massive arm.
So what's going to happen is we're going to, and then we're just going to pull it out.
What about the question? We're still having fun. That's the main thing, guys. We're still having fun.
But if you do have a fascinating fact about a company that you could learn from, that's going to go.
Are you allowing this, Chuds, as an executive producer of this? Are you allowing a light entertainment tombola? He shrugged his.
The reason I want it to happen, and so that's why I've put this in, so now we've told everyone, they get excited about it. But those little things, I want to be able to, what can we learn? Because this is what this podcast is. I want it to help people grow their business. And so we listen to the challenges of people and you go, it's good. We can swap and deploy that. But it's actually some of the real brilliant companies out there. What are they doing? And that's why I want to go in there. Okay. And it'll just be a quick, we'd hopefully do it in 60 seconds.
Oh, brilliant. Another jingle?
Another jingle would be great. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. If you like jingles, make sure you tune in for a future episode.
Look, what do we always say? If you don't innovate, you evaporate. We've always got to innovate the pod.
Is this innovation?
Because
tombola? Are you telling me a tombola?
Listen, everyone takes the mick out of my stuff when I do all these features, and now everyone goes. I mean, you walk down the street and people go, "Is that James Burt official?"
Actually, to be fair, that one has stuck like glue.
Good stuff.
Right, see you on the next one. Ta-da.
Buongiorno. Thanks for watching today, gang. I hope you enjoyed the show. Now, look, we're looking for some great businesses to come on the podcast. If you've got challenges, but you're desperate to grow your business and you can't necessarily work out how to do it on your own, you'll be a perfect candidate to come here on the podcast. It's absolutely free to come on the show. Go to my website, jamessinclair.net, and there's a podcast button. Click on the podcast button, fill in the application form, and we'll do our very best to get you on the show and try and grow your business.